Welcome to the American Nomad Podcast.
Welcome everyone to the show. I am your host, the American Nomad, Rob Hawley. It's good to have you here on this Friday, April 16th, 2021. Looks like we already got one person in the room. Let me guess, random nomad. I'm not going to look. I'm guessing. Let me look. Not sure who it is. But anyway, we got one person in the room. It may just be our Stream Elements stream bot. Maybe that's our only viewer at this time. Anyway, guys, welcome to the Friday show. Glad to be here. I had everything going, and then I don't know, something went awry there. I got on Instagram and was in a chat, and basically got behind on what I was doing here. But I got it all running. Looks like we're going pretty good. Got a couple of people in the room. Welcome to the Friday show. Everybody ready for the weekend? For myself, I am actually, oh my God, I am booked on a show. I need the work. I'm not going to complain about the work, but I have to go get a COVID test tomorrow, Saturday. I have to be there at 2 o'clock. One of the things that I literally despise about this whole COVID thing, like if you're going to work on a production, you have to go get COVID tested on a day that you're not even working. Luckily, they're paying for it. And they're paying me to go do it, but still, something I would, it's a Saturday. I'd rather do something else. But it is what it is. Be working on, I don't know if I can say, I haven't signed an NDA. So, I'll give you the initials. It's a very popular program, and the initials are AGT. Anybody figure that one out? AGT. America's Got Talent, from what I understand. Yeah, so I get an assistant direct on that. Ended up getting booked for Sunday as well. I have to go help do the scouting. There's going to be 8 moves, I guess, during the broadcast, which is a lot. I don't know how. Maybe there was. I think there was 3 moves. I'd have to look back at the paperwork and the call sheet and stuff. The shot list. I just know there's going to be a lot of moves. Hey, Random Nomad, what is going on, brother? Good to see you. Conquiso. Oh man, we got a Twitch viewer. What is going on, bro? Conquiso Vegano, is that correct? Welcome, brother. Good to see you. You're like I've had maybe 3 people from Twitch tune into my stream, so I want to welcome the Twitch viewer there. Appreciate it, man. Random Nomad, you're on YouTube, buddy, as always. What's going on? How are you? You ready for the weekend, Random Nomad? Anyway, it's C, or as you know me, CC. Oh, CC. Oh my God, CC. What are you doing? You're on Twitch? I like your bandana. Your bandana mask. I have a mask here. Hold on. Check out my mask. All right, is everybody still in love with their mask? I can't really put mine on because I have these earphones on, but my mask matches my jacket. How's that? Bow chicka wow wow. Yeah, I agree with that one. CC. So check out my new mask for my one wheel. This is like a different type of mask, though. It's like my Darth Vader mask. It goes with my helmet. So this is my burn helmet. Can't really put it on because of the face mask. I mean the headphones. So anyway, yeah, I got to go get a COVID test tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to it at all. Let's see. CC says, cool mask. What do you wear that mask for? It's just, it's actually, to be honest with you, it's like a skiing mask. When you're skiing, it keeps the, the really cold wind off your face when you're like snowboarding or skiing downhill. I bought it just because it looks cool and it goes with my helmet to ride my one wheel. And I'm going to try to do some, like cool Instagram stories. And so you guys, I got 3 people in here. 2 people's already tuned out. I don't blame you. I've got Freedom Dove. What's going on? I just answered your question, Freedom Dove, about flying over what we were talking about the last podcast, and you'd ask a question in the comments. I just answered it. I have a friend of mine that used to have a 707, which is a very large jet, and he's flown over it. As a matter of fact, we flew over it. So that's how I know you can fly over it. We also flew to Iceland. We landed in Iceland, actually, and refueled. So when people tell me you can't fly over, I'm like, yeah, you can. You know why? Because flew over it. But I was with you. I was one of those people too that read watched too many YouTube videos, and they're like, no, the government won't let you. As soon as you get there, they're going to stop you, and they have armed guards that'll come out and grab you, and it's sacred airspace like Air Force One. You can't enter that airspace. Nobody will let you. All the militaries from the world will come out and stop you. That was me. I was all on that bandwagon until a friend of mine that owns that 707, and he told me, I actually gave him that story. I was like, dude, you can't fly over? And he was like, and I'm being very coy about what we're talking about if you want to look back at the last podcast, because any of these conspiracy things, they get you thrown off YouTube. But anyway, I talked to him about it. I was like, dude, that you can't fly over? So that's why all these, flat globe people think, because you can't fly over. He's like, who told you can't fly over? I was like, no, you can't. It's a government. All the governments, it's a whole government thing. You can't fly over. You can't fly. He's like, what are you talking about? Who told you this? I was like, no, I've seen it, man. I've seen these videos on YouTube. He's like, I've flown over 5 times this year. What are you talking about? He goes, I've had flight plans that go right over the middle of it. I'm like, no. I'm like, are you sure? Because all of the graphs, all of the flight paths, if you look them up on the internet, it all shows all of these commercial planes going around. He's like, yeah, but my plane's not a commercial plane. You can chart a flight path right across it. I was like, oh. He goes, when we go to this certain area, I'll show you, because we're going to fly right over it. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Cece, you deleted your YouTube channel. Wow. What was that about? None of my business. If you don't want to answer, no pressure. Random Nomad says, that's the famous actor friend who's a pilot. Yes, Random Nomad. You nailed that one, buddy. Trying to keep it a little bit on the DL, but you know who I'm talking about. CC died with the bus. Oh, you go by C now? Okay. Joe Eldorado, my brother, what is going on, man? Joe Eldorado says, commercial planes have to be within so many miles to a back. Exactly. Very good, Joe Eldorado. I deleted. Yes, I hear you, see. Excuse me. It's not the Rona. Not the Rona. Settle down, people. It's not the Rona. I already had that. Yes. I absolutely agree with that. See, I just, there's really no other options, they're all owned by the same people. So, and to be honest with you, the people the powers that be at Twitch get on my nerves just as much as the people at YouTube. You know what I mean? It is what it is. There's not really any free speech right now of any kind, except for Clubhouse. So I promised today I was going to give away a Clubhouse invite. I gave one away this morning to somebody that's not a viewer but is a personal friend of mine. I still have some left. So if you have an iPhone and you want a Clubhouse invite, leave me something in the comments, or go ahead, and if you have my phone number, you can text me or leave it in the chat, and I'm gonna pick somebody and I'm going to invite you to Clubhouse and try to get you to host a room with me. So just I don't know. I don't know how to sell this because I know a lot of people think Clubhouse is a bunch of, it's a bunch of smoke up your behind. And I took a break from Clubhouse for a month. I got back on Clubhouse this morning. It was my first time on Clubhouse in a month because I got off of Clubhouse. And the reason I got off of Clubhouse for a month is the simple fact is I was spending way too much time on Clubhouse. It's so addictive. So just keep that in mind when you first get on. It's a time killer because that's all you're going to want to do is Clubhouse. I'm not kidding you. I was on Clubhouse sometimes 24 hours. I had a bunch of friends on there that I met on there, and we would keep rooms going for 3 days without the rooms ending. It's hard to explain it to you if you don't know the Clubhouse and how it works, but you'll understand it once you get on there. So anyway, if you have an iPhone, because Clubhouse is still in beta testing, and you have to, and if you're like me, you have two old iPhones. If it's still in beta testing, you have to have an iPhone, and I will have to have your phone number to give you an invite. But if anybody wants on, let me know. So back to C. So I'll be streaming on those platforms as soon as Twitch kicked me out. So I'll be streaming. Odyssey and Rumble are rolling out streaming. Oh, are they really? I have a Rumble account, but I don't get any traction on there, dude. Like you go through all of the trouble and the, here's my problem with all of these, these backup social media sites or whatever, Rumble, they don't have the bucks. They don't have the money. Now, Parler was a good one for Twitter. It was actually really good, but, the powers that be killed that. I guess it's back now in web format. But, yeah, like a Rumble, I have an account on there. It's a pain in the butt to get on there and get your videos on there. I think I've uploaded maybe 6 or 7 videos, and I don't like the way that the format is, but I went through it to get them on there. And then I've made 3 cents, literally 3 pennies with all my videos that have been on there. Granted, I'm not making anything with YouTube right now, but YouTube works easy, if that makes sense. Like I'm using StreamYard right now, and dude, it's just like so smooth. Like I have like C is in, she's on Twitch, Random Nomads on YouTube. I'm reading the comments right here. I should use the freaking, it's funny since I've gotten my podcast back up and running, my vodcast here. It's funny. Oh, wow, that's cool. What do you guys think? What did you guys think of my my little? Did anybody see my thumbnail for the video or the stream today? I'm going to go into the stream here. See what it looks like. No, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, C says we have to be the change we wish to see in the world. We have to move over to these platforms. I agree. I totally agree with that. But then, I look at people because I've been banned pretty much from Facebook. I'm going on 90 days. I've had 3 30-day suspensions. But I go and I look and I see all of these people that I know are bitching about free speech and bitching about being censored by social media platforms and this and that. They're all still on Facebook. Facebook is the worst. They are the worst. They're worse than YouTube. They're worse than Twitter. Facebook is by far the worst. And all of these people that bitch and moan and complain about, free speech and social media and everything, they can't give up their Facebook, man. They're still on it. They can't give it up. And I get it. Let's see. Freedom Dove says, okay, well, that doesn't explain everything else I've been seeing and reading. Where is the curve without the fisheye lens? Also, we can see too far for the... I've been down that rabbit hole, Freedom Dove, long time ago. So it's nothing new for me. Probably I started down that rabbit hole probably 6 or 7 years ago when those videos first started hitting YouTube about the flat. I'm not going to say it because all those videos have been deleted from YouTube, but I get it. And it's like I said last week, I just don't know, you know what I mean? I've never been to the moon. I've never been up in the space shuttle or anything and got to actually look down. So I just say, I don't know. From what we've all been taught, it's globe, but who knows? You know what I mean? The one thing I like about YT lives is that you can actually rewind on stream if you miss something. Yes, I agree with that. I love it that you that you're on Twitch, see, and you can actually put your little icons and stuff on there. Man, if I had 2 more people watching through Twitch, I could get monetized. I think I was getting pretty close to getting monetized on Twitch, but you have to have 3 concurrent viewers for, I don't know. You got to go through these different steps through Twitch. Freedom Dove says, I'm staying down here in the rabbit hole until someone can show me the evidence that we're on a... I hear you. Like I said, I just can't get on board with either or, because if you don't know for sure, you don't know. So you can't say for sure that, it's one way or the other, unless, for stuff that you're getting off the internet. Because I've read stuff on the internet that looks so legit, but I knew for a fact that it was so fake, especially with the whole, I shouldn't say it, the whole Q thing that was going on for some time there. I had a friend of mine in Dallas. I had a couple of friends of mine in Texas, one in Dallas. She was sending me stuff on the daily about that, trying to get me going down that rabbit hole. So when it all first started out and I started seeing the t-shirts at the rallies and stuff, I had to check it out. That's the way I do. I'm very inquisitive like that. So I actually checked it out and went down that rabbit hole, and man, was that a rabbit hole. But when they started talking about, I can't think of his name, but him being that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. John F. Kennedy Jr. didn't die in the plane crash and all that stuff. I kind of just like a fighter jet dude on Top Gun. I was out of there. I still paid attention. They'd send me the videos and stuff. I watch them, you know what I mean? I try to keep an open mind, and I didn't have the heart, like I got to a point kind of where that stuff would make me angry because some of it was so stupid and my friends are literally soaking it up. And it got to a point where a friend of mine that's here in California, she's a super California liberal, dude. And she's like sending me, like we were talking about it on Facebook one day. And then she starts giving me the Q-tip stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, rah, they got you too. She's like, yeah, you have to watch this. And I was like, oh my God, no, please. So yeah, yep, exactly. It's the, C knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's so funny because doing this podcast, I like to talk about the stuff I like to talk about, but I literally sit here and think about what I'm going to say, which for myself is very weird because I was going to say something about pizza fence but ain't that crazy? That's what we have to do is we have to come up with just some kind of sign language. So if I want to talk about pizza fence where you go through the fence, if I want to talk about that, you got to come up with some kind of sign language. But it's funny when I see people just dismiss that because if you ever went down that rabbit hole, dude, it's pretty freaking weird, man. Pretty freaking weird. And like people like to just dismiss that like it was nothing, just like some Q conspiracy. No. You go look at those you go look at the that comment go look at their Google their Instagram where they got little kids tied up and stuff. Yeah. Nobody does that. Grown men, 30-something-year-old grown men, they don't do that. There's no reason for them to be like putting toddlers into like BDSM poses and stuff. What sense does that make? So anybody that comes at me and tries to, talk about like, oh, there was nothing in the basement. Well, yeah, there was in the one next door. There wasn't at Comet, but if you went to the one next door, there was a basement. They never went to that one. That was the problem. There was more than one pizza place on that little strip right there in Washington, D.C. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yep, you have to speak in code. Exactly. You have to speak in code. I'm not being silenced, see, but if you don't know, they already demonetized my YouTube channel and stuff. So I want to try to get remonetized. And I figured out like this live streaming is not, there's no money in this live streaming for me. You got to have a really big following like Joe Rogan or something like that. And I put a year into this live streaming. My problem is I love the live streaming because I got so burnt out on editing videos that I have such a hard time editing now. And that brings us to the topic of the show, which is TikTok. Are any of you guys on TikTok, or are you like I was and just thought TikTok is for kids? It's what all the kids are on. My favorite line for TikTok is I was watching Justin Bieber. I've worked with that kid, and he had a documentary a while back, and I don't know if it was a documentary, but it showed him and his wife, Haley Baldwin at the time. And he was talking to Jimmy Fallon or someone. And Justin Bieber tells him, he goes, "These kids don't want that. These kids don't want no long video. Ain't you seen these kids on TikTok? They just want like a little 10-second video." And I was like, damn, Justin Bieber is calling these kids on TikTok kids, because he's a kid to me, you know what I mean? I remember Justin Bieber when he was just a baby. Now he's a grown-ass man with a wife. So I'm like, yeah, if he's looking at the kids on TikTok as kids, then what am I looking at them as? Great-great-grandchildren? So I just couldn't get on that whole TikTok thing. And plus, there's the whole China thing, and I know China's not our friend, and, it is what it is. But so I just couldn't jump on that bandwagon. But I seen so many of my friends, especially girls, that just embraced it, just went all out. And then my brother from another mother, who I just talked to through his TikTok live feed yesterday, Paul Barger. You guys, I know some of you remember Paul because he's done the show on my other channel. He's my best nomad friend, the bread trucker. That MFer is TikTok famous. If you don't know this, he's TikTok famous. He has gotten famous on TikTok. He has over 200,000 subscribers. I have a couple of friends of mine that are somewhat celebrities that don't have that many subscribers or followers on TikTok. And he's got over 200,000 subscribers, and he's monetized, and he makes money off of his videos. And one of his videos has over 9 million views, which is insane. So I have all of these old videos that I don't really have any place to put or any place to do anything to do with them, because they're not really, I don't know. Most of them have been posted on Facebook. They never got any real traction. Maybe 20, 30 people looked at them. A lot of them are BTS stuff. When I work on TV shows and music videos and stuff like that, I'll post them like when I'm working on that stuff, but they're still on my phone. So I was like, there's a lot of people that get into like BTS or behind the scenes stuff, not the K-pop group. Now, every time you say BTS, anytime there's any Gen Zers around or anything, they think you're talking about the K-pop group. I'm talking about behind the scenes, like for film production people. BTS. That's what it used to be. That's what it used to be. So, anyway, where was I going with this? I have all of these videos, and I was like, I threw a few of them up on TikTok, maybe 4 or 5 of them, but most of the stuff I put on TikTok was what I did when Vine came out. Do you guys remember Vine? So Vine was basically the first TikTok, and when Vine came out, I embraced Vine because I'm a dirty old man, and I've got some dirty old man videos that are sexy models and stuff that did stuff, did photo shoots and stuff that semi-erotic, a little bit of nudity maybe, but nothing like profane and nothing pornographic, if that makes sense. Like a little over PG-13, like, a light rated R maybe. And I would put that stuff on Vine because Vine, there was nudity, you saw everything on Vine. That's why Vine went away. Because you had too many underage people that were sharing stuff that was not legal. So that's why Vine died. And TikTok's got an algorithm. They catch that stuff like that, man. It's crazy. I guess it's because it was invented by the Chinese, and they're on top of that shit. I posted one of my Vine videos that shows this girl turning and it's set to music, and you get just a tiny little half second. It's not even a full second, like a tiny little half second of an areola. And that was a video that I had on Vine the entire time I had Vine. I started doing those videos for my Vines because they were blowing up. They get like 20, 30,000 views on Vine. So I started this little series of the girls doing these turns when I would do photo shoots with them. So I had once a month, I would try to do one of those videos with a girl. And they did great on Vine, but then Vine died, so I just have those on my phone, and then I tried to put one on TikTok, and it was gone. I mean, literally, I uploaded it, and within 2 seconds, I got a freaking message that it had been taken down, and it's not even any like full-on frontal boob nudity or anything. But anyway, they don't mess around on Vine. You can't blame them, because that's what killed TikTok. They don't mess around on TikTok because that's what killed Vine. They were way too lenient with that stuff, and there's too many underage kids putting inappropriate content on there. Anyway, back to TikTok. So I uploaded maybe 2 or 3 videos to TikTok, and some of them were like modeling stuff and girls that I've hung out with doing videos and stuff that weren't against their community guidelines. And they've never done anything, maybe a couple of hundred views or whatever, which isn't bad considering now if I post something on Instagram, my stories get maybe a couple of hundred people viewing it, but that's about it. Every now and then I'll get one with 430 or 440 people watching my Instagram story. But if I post something on Instagram, it's dead now. If I on the front Instagram page, it doesn't get any traction anymore. Nobody's paying attention to that stuff. So I just use the stories for Instagram. But I thought, what the hell? I'm going to start putting some videos up on Vine. And anyway, I have this old Sons of Anarchy video. I don't know. I would show you guys this video. Anyway, if you go to my TikTok, you can see it. I have this old Sons of Anarchy video when I was actually hanging out with those guys at the Hollister Freedom Rally in Hollister, California, which was a motorcycle Harley Davidson. It wasn't a Harley Davidson, but it was a biker rally probably 4, 5, 6 years ago, I guess. And I was hanging out with the guys from Sons, and we were having a good time, and we were up on this stage, and I just took this little quick video, and it ended up being a great video. Like, it was like set up, and it wasn't set up at all. It just happened spontaneously, but you would think those guys were acting what happened. But anyway, I threw it up on TikTok yesterday, 40,000 views. It's almost to 40,000 views. When I put that same video on Instagram, when I was at the biker rally, when I was there with those guys, I was standing right there with them when I took the video. I put it on Instagram and Facebook, and I think maybe it got 300 or 400 views. That was it. And I threw it up just on a whim yesterday, not even thinking anything about it, because Sons of Anarchy's been off the air now for what, 5 years? It's been a while. It's been a long while since Sons has even been on the air. And but I thought, what the hell? I've got the video. It's a good little video. Let me throw it on TikTok. Because I was going through my phone looking for some decent, because all of my videos are taken like this instead of portrait. They're all landscape. And everything for TikTok needs to be like this, or like this. All the videos need to be like this instead of like this. Does that make sense? So I only have a limited number of portrait videos that I have saved, because everything I take is like this, because I'm making YouTube videos, and YouTube is landscape instead of portrait. But I was going through my portrait videos, and that was one of them that I did, was at the Hollister Bike Rally with the Sons of Anarchy, some of the Sons of Anarchy guys. So I actually threw that up there. And like I said, went to do some other things thinking, I looked at it after maybe 30 minutes of putting it up there, and I think it had maybe 300 or 400 views. I was like, oh, wow, this one might get 1,000. I might get 1,000 views. I might finally have a video that'll get 1,000 views, because I have one video that's like 920, or at that time, I had one that's 2,000 views, but it was a stunt that we did. But I didn't really have any videos that took off, that really got any traction. And then I came back, I don't know, hours later, and I looked, and it was at 25,000 views. I was like, holy crap. So it's amazing the algorithm that's on TikTok. And now I understand why people are so enamored with TikTok, because TikTok doesn't screw you with their algorithm like Facebook and Instagram and all of these. Okay, random nomad, no problem, buddy. Like all of these other IG shadow banned me, so they got deleted. Yes, so exactly what C's saying there. Like I'm not shadow banned, or I may be shadow banned. I don't know. But I don't think you're shadow banned. See, I imagine what it is, you think you're shadow banned, but it's not shadow banned. What it is like Facebook, Instagram, even Twitter, these other social media apps, they want to make money, especially Facebook and Instagram. Facebook's the big one though. Facebook and Instagram, they want to make money off of you. So they want you to buy their ads. So they don't want to give you organic reach, so you can reach too many people, because they want you, because then you wouldn't have any incentive. This is driving me crazy, because then you wouldn't have any incentive to buy their ads, and that's where they really make their money, is from when you buy ads to promote your stuff. So that's the whole platform they've got set up. TikTok is not like that, dude. You put your stuff on there, and if you can figure out the right keywords, the right music, the right stuff to put it out there, it can take off. Yeah, Instagram is Facebook. Absolutely, Freedom Dove. Instagram is owned by Facebook, and it's another reason I'm not too keen on Instagram anymore either. And I'm really hoping that Clubhouse kills both of them. That would make me so happy. But anyway, yeah, I'm so now I've got the bug. I've got the freaking TikTok bug. It's just weird because I would look at my friends that were putting all this time and effort into trying to grow on TikTok, and I was like, man, what are they doing? Like TikTok is for little kids. I mean, it's for like tweens and teenagers and stuff like that. Like, I don't know why these grown ass 20, 30 something year old people, and then I start looking, and then there's 40, 50-year-old people making TikToks. So I was like, and then it's a bunch of these dancing stuff and, these coordinated, or what do you call them? Not coordinated, dance, where they do the same moves. What do they call that? Not coordinated. Anyway, like Vegas, they do these little dances and stuff for TikTok, and choreographed, all these choreographed little dance stuff, and that's not me. I'm not really in, I'm not going to be doing that. So I just didn't see any benefit for TikTok, but then like I really started like looking at it, and yeah, I think I've missed, I wish I would have started a lot sooner, like with Clubhouse. Choreographed dancing, exactly, Freedom Dove. Because I always preach, like, if you're going to get on a social media platform, get on early. And it's so funny because I've kind of missed the boat on, on TikTok, because now you don't grow as fast as you did, like even a few months ago. But yesterday when I uploaded the sun's video, which is at 39,000 views, 39,100 views, which is not quite 40,000 views yet. But when I uploaded that video, I think I had 84, it was either 84 or 87 followers on TikTok. And I'm at almost 189 now, almost 190, within 24 hours. And I was watching a video where somebody was talking about TikTok, and that they had seen somebody do a video that went viral on TikTok, and they were getting 700 followers an hour for 24 hours. They did 15,000 followers in like 24 hours or something like that, or more than that. It was crazy. That's too conforming for me. I dance my own way. Yes, for sure, Freedom Dove. But there's people that do that on TikTok as well. I don't know. I mean, it's just, I think it's funny because the one new social media app that, I guess my point is, the one new social media app that I just didn't appeal to me at all, which was TikTok. And it's probably the best one out there right now. other than Clubhouse is probably TikTok. And the people that are TikTokers, they kind of know it, and then like my friend Paul Barger, I should have jumped on that bandwagon when he got on it, and he really went after it because he's got over 200,000 followers. I mean, he has maybe 50,000, 45,000. I don't know how many subscribers does he have on YouTube? Because I know YouTube was his. I mean, he was YouTube nuts. Let's see what he's got. I mean, he was huge into YouTube, and he still does YouTube, but he's all about TikTok. He's got 48,500 subscribers, but he's all about TikTok. I mean, he still does his YouTube, but I mean, TikTok is his baby. And it's funny to me how he hasn't done it. So here's a perfect example. He hasn't done a stream. The last video for his YouTube was 3 weeks ago, and he's doing videos every day for TikTok, and he's monetized. Like I said, he's monetized and he's making money. You have to have 10,000 subscribers though to get monetized on TikTok. And that always is a big, what's the word? Not intimidation factor, but it's always a big downer for me, because my whole goal with YouTube was to get 10,000 subscribers. I did very well when I first started on YouTube, and I got my first 1,000 subscribers really quick. So I thought, 10,000 to be right around the corner. And then it took forever to get to 5,000, and then it just kind of got hung up at 5,000. I started another channel with different content, did the same thing, got the first 1,000 really quick, and then got to like 5,000, and it's I don't even think it's like right at 5,000, and then it stalled out too. So if I could just combine those two channels, I would have 10,000 subscribers. But because I have two channels and neither one of them's got 10,000, I've never been able to get to 10,000 subscribers. Let's see. Wait, but how do you monetize TikTok? Paul is rarely on YouTube now. Yes, Freedom Dove. Paul is very rarely on YouTube because he's on TikTok, dude. I'm telling you, he's on TikTok all the time. Like he did his live stream from TikTok last night. So, hey, Matilda, good to see you. No problem, Matilda. Sorry, late to the party. Not a problem. Better late than never. So anyway, so let me just do this. So, like I said, on my Facebook, if I put something up on Facebook, which I've been banned so long now, I don't ever put anything. But if I post something on Facebook, it might get 20 or 30 likes, or 20 or 30 people that, comment on it, or not comment on it, just push the like button. If I upload something to Instagram, I used to get like 1,000 people, 700, 700 likes. Now I uploaded my new one wheel. I think it got like 40 likes maybe. And maybe 3 or 4 comments or whatever. So, I'll just go through my TikTok videos. Like, here's one I did, 975 views, 329, 308, 177, 674, 367, 263, 727, 250, 259, 39,400, 769. These are ones, okay, so these are videos I posted yesterday. So I posted from between yesterday about this time to now. In 24 hours, I've posted 4 videos. One of them did 39,400. The next one it's done 769 views, 754 views, 440 views, and then one I posted a few hours ago has only got 170. But even the 170 is more than I'm doing on Instagram, which is what's funny to me is, like, if I had posted something on Instagram now and it got 170 views, I would look at that as a success. Posting that having it on TikTok and only has 170 views, I look at it as a failure. Like maybe I should delete it because it's not getting enough traction. So I'm all about I'm all about an honest algorithm like Facebook and YouTube and all of these companies used to be, but they're not anymore. They game the algorithm against you, and you have to figure it out. And TikTok is just, it's all what is the word I want to use? It's just all organic. The algorithm's organic. If anybody can have a video on there that can go viral very easily. Like I said, 40,000 views. I mean, it's not quite to 40,000, but it's pushing 40,000 views. And it's the same video I posted on Facebook and I posted on Instagram when I took that video, and it got no traction at all. And it's not even a new video. I've had it for years, a few years, and I posted on TikTok, 40,000 views almost. And for me, if I'm not making money off of it, if I'm not getting paid, at least I want to get some freaking exposure or traction off of it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, so that's, my whole thing is I feel like I'm too old for TikTok, but damn, I'm going to try it, man. Until they start, making the algorithm where it works against you, like Facebook and Instagram. I'm gonna concentrate on TikTok. And see, to answer your question, once you get 10,000 followers, it may be 1,000. I think it's 1,000. I'd have to look at the thing. I read this already. I read through all of their stuff. So I'm a creator. I got a creator account I can even do a business account through TikTok. So all I have to do is get the right numbers, which I think it's 1,000. It's either 1,000 or 10,000. If it's 10,000, it's going to be a while, unless I can just get a crazy viral video. But if it's 1,000, I can probably get to there within a month or so. 1,000 followers, and you can monetize, where it's just like YouTube. You're monetized, so you get paid off of your, it'll serve ads at the beginning of your video, and you get paid. I know Paul's getting paid from TikTok, and I asked him yesterday if his income from TikTok is better than YouTube, and he said it's not. But then it makes me wonder, if it's not, then why is he basically just left YouTube in the dust and he's concentrating all of his time on TikTok? I think a lot of it is because the videos is so much easier to create for TikTok. Like the video that's 40,000 views, it's just me holding my phone and filming those guys for 10 seconds. The video's like 10 seconds long. Like if you want to do a really decent YouTube video, you're looking at 12 hours of production, of filming, 4, 5, 6 hours of filming it, and then another 4 to 6 hours of editing it. It's a lot of work, and that's why you see a lot of YouTubers burn out or just kind of disappear and fade off into oblivion, unless they're doing these live streams. These live streams is where it's at if you can make any money from it, because you don't have to do any editing for it. It's very little. I love the live streams, but there's no money in it. YouTube doesn't push these. YouTube does not push these live streams. And since I kind of stopped doing the live streams for a couple of months. I mean, some of my live streams were 300, I think maybe 100, 200, 300 views. I actually was clicking around and backed out of the freaking room here. So I thought it killed the freaking broadcast, but I'd never hit the end broadcast, so that was weird. Anyway, let's see, what did Joe have to say? Oh, did the stream stop? Okay, that makes sense, because I actually accidentally clicked out of the stream, so that does make sense. Quick reset the matrix. Are we back streaming, hopefully? You guys see me, maybe? I was clicking on my banners and stuff here that I have set up that I always forget about, and ended up, yeah, Frida, okay, you're back, cool. Sorry about that, guys. I was clicking because this software's got all these little buttons and stuff in it, and I was just clicking around and accidentally backed out of the live stream, but I'd never ended the broadcast. I was going to throw this up there really quick and run that. So don't forget to subscribe, guys. If you're not subscribed, I appreciate it. I think everybody in here is probably subscribed. Anyway, so yeah, it's weird because I'm kind of excited about this whole TikTok thing. We'll see where it goes. My whole deal is this. I've, the entire time I started this whole YouTube thing, and, I was so gung-ho about it. My friends know how much I've talked about YouTube, and, because it's the only thing that gives you the chance to, like, really be your own boss and get paid. I mean, if you can be successful and be a successful YouTube creator, you're set. You have a job. You have your own job. You just create videos. The problem is it's so hit and miss, and some people make it and some people don't. And I've never had any luck of doing it. But my whole goal has always been to just be a creator. I don't want to direct music. I do love directing music videos. If I was directing, I love working on music videos and stuff. But to be honest with you, I just want to create videos and just, if it's TikTok or YouTube or whatever, if I could make enough money like some people do to do that, that's my, that's always been my dream, I guess. My problem is I just get discouraged at it and just kind of, kick rocks and give up on it for a while. And then I'll get gung-ho about it and then try to start again. And then you lose momentum every time you do that. And I'm notorious for doing it. But then I always have these crazy setbacks. Like I went for a whole year working on this live stream, working on the podcast. As the numbers were really growing on the audio side of the podcast, that's when I get demonetized. And then when I got demonetized, I'm like, well, F this, I've spent all this money and, why am I going to waste my time if, I get demonetized and whatever. So I just kind of quit doing it. And then, after taking a couple of months off, I'm like, well, I've got all of this stuff, I should be doing it whether I'm getting paid or not. I've got all this stuff to do it. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. Freedom Dove, let's get back into the chat, see what you guys are saying. Freedom Dove says, don't mess with the buttons. I know, I'm notorious for that. The problem is I was just clicking buttons, but more thinking. I was like in my head about what I was talking about. Wasn't really paying attention to what I was clicking on when I was clicking there. Freedom Dove says, how long are the videos on TikTok? They're like 9. The sweet spot is like 7 to 9 seconds, Freedom Dove. Freedom Doves, you have to work hard on YouTube to make money. Chrome from Van City Van Life uploads every day, and that's a lot of work. Exactly. It's a lot of work. That guy, I hand it to him, though, because he's the one that really taught me, because he didn't really keep it a secret, but he never like really said anything about it. But I found out that I still think he does. He might have a GoPro or something now. I haven't really watched his videos anymore. I've kind of checked out of the van life circle. I don't pay much attention to it anymore. But he does everything with his phone. He literally records everything with his phone. And I have cameras, like my old vlogging cameras right here. So if you look at any of my vlogs, recent vlogs, not when I very first started vlogging, it was done with this little Canon M3. This is my vlogging camera. I've carried this thing everywhere doing vlogs. And I can tell you that it's not near as easy as using a damn phone. Your phone is so much easier. I mean, you can get the depth of field. Like if you look behind me right now, you see how the background's blurry. You can't really see it. You're not going to really get that with a video from a phone. But for YouTube, it doesn't really make that much difference if you're like vlogging and stuff. Freedom Dove says he got a fancy camera but didn't use. He got it. Yeah, exactly. Chrome still only uses his phone. And with the new phone, I don't have a new phone, but like the new, like the iPhone 12 Pro Max, if somebody's got one of those, there you don't need, that's all you need, man. That is all you need. But anyway, so I'm going to try to get on this YouTube grind, back on this YouTube grind. And so I bought this little selfie stick. It's got a little thing right here in it. I was really disappointed in the quality of this. I actually do have a unboxing from when I bought this thing. Like I've bought a couple of these selfie sticks. Where's the box for it? I've bought a couple of these selfie sticks. Here's the box for it. China, you know, it's China stuff, of course. But I've bought a couple of these selfie sticks and, you know, they're pretty good quality. This one, not so much. Like it is so like hokey plastic. It's just so hokey plastic. And this is the most expensive one I've ever bought. But it scopes out like so. You know, it scopes out. And then it's got like your little remote. And then the remote actually comes out, which I really like the remote. I had one of these remotes with another selfie stick I had that I lost. But I really wanted the remote. But another thing that this one has that I can't show you because it's not on here is this has little ring lights. So the reason I bought this one is it has little ring lights that go on the side. So if I'm out in the dark, I can actually, you know, I can do some, you know, vlogging or whatever I'm going to do. What I don't like is hear that shaking. I mean, that's not good for production. So I don't know. But anyway, you know, this, when I got this thing and was unboxing it, I really, especially once I got a hold and felt the quality of it, I was like, oh, well, you know, I only paid like, I think I paid like $10 or $11 for this thing. I think it was like $9.99 with shipping or something like that. So it's not that big a deal. No, this thing was $22 plus shipping. Was not that cheap. And it's the cheapest piece of crap. I do love the idea of it. It's just, if I got one, you know, I'd pay $35 for one of these if it was really good quality. This one's just, I mean, it's, you drop it, it's probably going to break. But I will also say that I also got this, which is a gimbal, because a lot of my videos, if when I went to my brother's ranch in Texas, I did that little vlog that I did. And, you know, I had a couple of friends of mine that are video people. And, you know, the first thing they did was, you know, comment on how crappy, you know, how unstable the video is. Any video people, or that's the first thing they're going to do is, you know, bitch about that when, you know, most people watch on YouTube but don't even really pay that much attention. But everybody's so used to like gimbaled video now, smooth video. So I bought this DJI Osmo 2. So here's a funny thing is I wanted, and this is a secret for you guys. One of my secrets when it comes to buying equipment. There's a version 4 of these out now, right? I wanted this thing like 2.5, 3 years ago, this Osmo 2. I watched probably 15, 20 videos on it. I think it was $250 at the time. It comes with a little box. Let me see if I can find the box for it. Yeah, so here's the box for it. It comes with a little box. So I literally put it in my backpack when I'm on my one wheel and take it with me. I haven't really done any video. But it fits into this little box very nicely, and you can carry it with you on an airplane, put it in a backpack, whatever. It's kind of large, I'm not going to lie, because it doesn't fold up. So you get this entire box because this thing doesn't fold. So it's like a foot long, a little over a foot long. But here's the thing. So like I said, when I wanted one of these things like a couple of years ago, they were $200 or something like that. I bought this thing. It was basically brand new. This little cable that comes with it that can hook to your phone, that can hook to the USB here and then hook to an iPhone, was still in the plastic. I took it out of the plastic. It was brand new. So this thing is practically brand new. Never really been used. Maybe just a handful of times. I bought it used. I paid $30 for this thing. I paid barely any more than what I paid for this piece of crap selfie stick for a stabilizer, because it's not a new one. There's 2 newer versions out. Now, I looked at the videos on YouTube, and I would like to have the DJI Osmo 4, the new one, instead of the 2, because the new one actually folds up. It's only about this whole thing folds down, and you can fold it down, and then it's got like a little clip on it. Instead of this one, you've got to like put your phone in it, pull these out, put your phone in it. The new one has a little magnetic clip that you just put the clip on your phone and it just pops right on. This thing can be a little bit of a pain in the butt to balance, which all gimbals are, but the new one is $150, $160 used. And I got this one for $30. They do the exact same thing. I think the new one might have a couple of little new bells and whistles of it, things it'll do. But, this one will do a time lapse. It'll do a panorama. You can set it on a tripod and put your phone on it. And like if I'm going to do I could like on my phone, you draw like a box around you, and this thing will set on a tripod. And if you walk by it, it'll follow you. It'll follow you. So you can sit there and talk to it like you're talking to like cameraman that's, filming you. So that's my secret to how I have always afforded some equipment is I don't buy brand new stuff. I wait till a newer version comes out, and all the newer version is going to have is some little bell and whistle that the older version doesn't have, that you probably really won't ever use to begin with. Does that make sense? And then you can, have a really nice piece of equipment. It may not be the latest and greatest, but it'll do the exact same thing as the latest and greatest will do, if that makes sense. Cameras, that's the best way to buy your cameras. If you're going to buy a camera, wait until a new version of a camera comes out and then buy that one older version, and you'll get it cheap compared to what it was brand new just a year or 2 years before. Matilda says, I love those ranch videos. Yeah, I hope to do some more ranch videos. I need to get back to Texas and visit my brother and do some more ranch videos. It didn't do very well, though. I don't think it's got very many I always wonder, like, that's another thing is like with the TikTok thing. Like I put a video up on YouTube and I think, oh, this one's going to do good. It's going to do great. Nope. Like the Clubhouse video, 35 views. The Philip DeFranco, 60 views. Channel demonetized, 76 views. My ranch video that I did, which I put so much time into that video, like recording it and everything, it's like 30 minutes long, which is part of the problem. It's a problem with that video. I should have edited a lot of stuff out of that and probably made it about 10 minutes or 14 minutes instead of 30 minutes. It's got 97 views though, which is terrible. Like my Amboy, California deserted ghost town has 9,700 views. But that's what's so crazy. And then my Kelso Dunes, so I'm looking at my video. So my Kelso Dunes Hike It Out vlog 121 views 4 years ago. I literally the same day went from Kelso Dunes to Amboy, California. I shot these videos in the same day. I shot the Kelso Dunes video that morning, and then by about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I had driven to Amboy, California, where I shot the Amboy Deserted Ghost Town vlog. But I shot them in the same day. The Kelso Dunes video, 121 views. The Amboy, 9,700 views. So crazy. And that's one of the frustrating things about YouTube, is because there's been videos that I've put so much time in, and I think they're going to do so great, and then they just don't do nothing. And then there's videos that I haven't put any time at all, and it's just some random video that I throw up, and it just kills it. Random Nomad says, I watched the ranch video. I appreciate that you guys watched it. I basically made it for you guys, because you guys knew I was going to the ranch. Freedom Dove says the audio is bad on the iPhone 6, which is what I have. I have an old iPhone 6 Plus, and one of the cameras is bad. So I have people that would ask me to send them a video. I can show you guys. Let's see if I think I can show you guys. So they would ask me, hey, send me a video of where you're at now. And I'd be like, I really can't because the camera doesn't work. And they're like, what do you mean the camera doesn't work? I had people that literally thought I was bullshitting them when I tell them my camera doesn't work. So look at that. Can you hear it? So if you can't see it, let's see if I can put it on me. So if I turn it around, this one works fine. So this camera works fine, but this camera, so it shakes. See it shaking? Isn't that crazy? Yeah, so you can't record any video, dude. But if you turn it around, the other camera, it works fine. But the problem is with the iPhone 6s Plus, this camera, your face forward camera, is this camera that's looking here, that's on the phone there. That camera is only 720p. This one on the back is 1080p. But on the iPhone 7 Plus, which is so funny, so that's how I am, remember? So when that camera went bad, I went down to get a new iPhone 11 at the time. Or was it a 12? It might have been a 12. I think it was the iPhone 11 Pro Max. And with T-Mobile, because that's who I'm with. And I asked the girl, I'm thinking, probably a couple $100, maybe $300 to get into a new phone. And then I'll finance the rest of it. And with a trade-in of my phone, or this iPhone 6s Plus, which isn't worth anything these days, but with the trade-in of my phone, and I think it was 24 months or something like that, paying $70-something for 24 months, it was still they still wanted over $600 down. $600 down. I was like, $600 down and $70-something a month added to my phone bill, which my phone bill is already like $76 a month. So my phone bill had been like $140 a month for 2 years. I'm way too cheap for that. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that one. I'll have to pass. But then I'm a photographer and I like to do videos and stuff. And so that camera was driving me crazy. So I was going to try to fix it myself, but I just never did. I was going to order one off eBay and see if I could replace it myself, because I replaced the battery in this phone twice. I replaced the charging port here. I replaced that a couple of times. I did a lot of interior repairs to this iPhone 6s Plus to keep it going, because I wanted this jack. This is the last phone with the jack. So Freedom Dove, you were talking about it has horrible audio. I have the little Rode Video Micro. I have the cell phone version. This is the camera version. I also have the cell phone version that hooks into this phone. And I had a little thing to put on the phone. So that's when I used my phone to record videos. But then, they got rid of the jack when it went to the iPhone 7. But that's why I used this phone till the wheels fall off. But anyway, so I wasn't going to pay that much money for a freaking iPhone 11. And lo and behold, a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, knew the predicament that I was in with buying a new phone. And he goes, you know what? He goes, my daughter, she had an iPhone 7 Plus that she used for like a month, and then the 8 came out, or the 9 or whatever, and she ended up just using it for like a month. It's basically brand new, and I think she still has it. Let me ask her if she still has it. Sure enough, she had it. So I ended up getting this iPhone 7 Plus, literally like brand new. It still had the little peel off screen on the front of it for free. So yeah, I'm a little bit behind the times, but I mean, I was looking at the new iPhone 12 Plus Pro Max the other day. It's pretty. It sure is pretty. I like it. But what I've always learned about these phones is that they, once you've got them in your hand and you've used them for a couple hours, it's just like the old one. It's not that much difference once you're watching like YouTube and stuff. I'll never forget like when I went from like an iPhone 5 to like the 6S Plus, because that was a big difference in screen size, because my iPhone 5 was skinny. My iPhone 5S was skinny and tall, but it wasn't even like half this size. I remember when I got this thing thinking, oh my God, man, I'm going to be watching videos on that big screen. I didn't have this phone or that 6S Plus. I didn't have that phone for 2 or 3 hours, and I felt like it was the old phone. It wasn't even any difference. I do like the camera and stuff on the new iPhone Pro, the new 12. With the 3 lenses, you've got the wide angle, the telephoto and stuff. When I upgrade, it's going to be just for that simple fact. And plus that you can get, it's 5G now as well, which is way faster if you can get within like throwing a rock's distance of a 5G tower. Let's get back in here. We're already over an hour. We're 6 minutes past, but I'm not watching the clock that much. Freedom Dove says, these phones are crazy expensive. It sucks. Yes, they are. Yep, that's why I got the 6S Plus. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, if the camera had never screwed up in the 6S Plus, I'd still be using it. I'm not into having to have the latest and greatest stuff. Freedom Dove says, I have the Rode mic too. It also causes problems, unfortunately. I never had any problems with mine. I used it a lot when I did use my phone to create videos. Mostly B-roll stuff though. With the built-in mic, the volume goes up and down. With a Rode mic, there's a ticking. I never had that problem with mine, luckily. Like I said, the only problem I had was the stupid camera started screwing up, and I never replaced it. But now it's funny because I keep the 6S Plus because I have it on Wi-Fi. It doesn't have a SIM card in it, but like I charge it and I'll use it, and then I'll take it off the charger and use the 7 Plus while this one's charging, and I just kind of rotate them back and forth. I would use this one to do all of my YouTube videos if it freaking was 1080p on the front-facing camera instead of just being 720p. Freedom Dove, I probably got a lemon. You might not have got a lemon. It just might be older, that technology. I mean, they wear over time. Random Nomad says, lost the chat screen. Can't see the other chats. That's weird. Is it working for everybody else still? Anyway, we're going to wrap it up. We're almost 10 minutes past the hour. Try to keep these things to just like right at an hour now. Still got 5 people in the room. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to hit that like button. It helps in the YouTube algorithm. And I'll tell you another thing that works, that helps these videos, and that is if you comment down below. So if anybody wants a Clubhouse invite, be sure to comment down below in the comments, not the chat, not the room chat. After the video ends, be sure to comment in the video. And I will try to, you'll have to send me your phone number. I'll send you an email where you can email me your phone number. But once I have your phone number, then I can send you a invite to Clubhouse. C says it's a link to sign up for Bitcoin crypto tipping on Twitch. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to talk about, guys, is Dogecoin. Is anybody watching this? It's so crazy. It's almost at $1. I know a guy that a guy that bought $1,000 worth of Dogecoin. He bought $1,000 worth of it, sold it just a couple of months later. But if he would have held on to it today, it would have been worth about $90,000. I'm thinking about buying some. It's almost to $1. It's still the cryptocurrency is still such a sore subject for me because I think I've told this story on the podcast. I bought 150 Bitcoins back in 2010 and I threw them away. They were on an old computer of mine that the hard drive locked up, and an old Dodge Inspiron or whatever it was, and they ended up chunking it when I moved out of Long Beach. I invested on the new coin Doge Cash. Huh. So the Dogecoin, if you don't know, is it was actually started as a joke. That's so funny. This is a true story. People think this is like bullshit, or they think, you're just shitting them when you tell them that Dogecoin was started as a joke. This is true. It was started as nothing more than a joke because Bitcoin was doing so good. And I can't remember the guy. He's like an IT guru, or he's like a marketing guru or something, the guy that started the Dogecoin, but he started as a joke. He did the whole Dogecoin thing in Photoshop as a joke to be like a meme, or like a troll on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And now Dogecoin is going through the roof because Elon Musk has been promoting it and all these people have been promoting it. It's insane. It's almost to $1. When people were buying it like 2 years ago for 0.08 or something like that. It was like 0.08 of a cent, like eighth of a cent. And people were buying like $1 worth, and you know what I mean? And now it's almost $1. It's insane what's going on with this cryptocurrency. But anyway, if you download one of the apps, and it's almost to $1 now. Now, this is what I am going to tell you about Dogecoin. Don't think Doge is going to be Bitcoin. Everybody thinks Doge is going to be the next Bitcoin. But the problem is this is what people don't understand about the two cryptocurrencies. And I'm going to give you this really quick as advice if you're thinking about buying Dogecoin. There's nothing wrong with buying Dogecoin. And if you're going to buy it right now before it gets to $1. Even if it gets to $1. If it gets to $1 and you buy $100 worth of it, so you have it's $1. You have 100 Dogecoins, right? Nothing wrong with that because maybe it'll get to $1.25, or it might even get to $2 or $3, which would be, I don't think it'll ever, but you never know. I mean, Bitcoin, I never thought Bitcoin would get to $10 a Bitcoin. It's like $50,000 a Bitcoin right now or something like that. So you don't know about these things. But what I do know is this. With Bitcoin, I think there's only 21,000. Somebody correct me that might know more than I do. Yes, Robinhood lets you buy Dogecoin. They sure do. They halted the cryptocurrency trading, I think, a day or two ago, but it's back up and going now because Dogecoin was throwing the market off, just like GameStop did. But this is what you got to understand about Dogecoin. Dogecoin is it's the GameStop. It's the same thing. Like GameStop was never worth. I sold it at $333 a share. My last 50 shares. It was never worth that. It was never worth that. It was worth like maybe $30 or something like that. I don't even think it's worth that. I think it's maybe worth like $10 or $15. But anyway, Dogecoin is the same way because Dogecoin is it can be continuously mined. There's no set number of Dogecoin. So that's what's always going to keep Dogecoin down compared to like Bitcoin. Is it 51,000 random nomad for Bitcoin? I don't think so. I think it's 21,000. I bet you I would almost bet you money that Bitcoin is 21,000 Bitcoins. How many Bitcoins are there? There's 18,682,937 Bitcoins. And there's, see how many's left to mine. There's currently 18. resistance is never changes about every 10 minutes. Oh, they're still mining. Now each block adds, I may be wrong here. Is there about a... Okay. So this is what it is. What did I say? 21,000? My bad. It's 21 million. There's 21 million. There's a limit of 21 million Bitcoin. Right now, there's been 18,684,643 Bitcoins mined. So there's about 6.25 Bitcoins. No, that's added every 10 minutes, it says. So there's still some Bitcoin to be mined, but it's almost at its peak. So there'll never be any more Bitcoin once it hits 21 million, and it's getting there. It's getting close. But with Dogecoin, there's no limit. That's because Dogecoin was created as a joke, and that's the way they set that up. So it would never be very valuable because it was a joke. So I thought you said it was 50,000 for the Bitcoin. I don't know what Bitcoin is today. I try not to. It's such a sore subject with me, Freedom Dove. I mean, it bums me out every time I pull it up to see what Bitcoin is trading at. Let's see what it's worth today. What one Bitcoin is worth. What the hell? Jesus Christ. This is why I don't pull the shit up. It's $62,227 for one Bitcoin. I owned 150 Bitcoins. I threw away a computer that had 150 Bitcoins on it that I had paid $15 for. Oh my God. There wasn't actually 150 on there because I had spent probably about 4 of them. So there wasn't quite 150. I think there was maybe 146, something like that was still on there. But what's the math on that? Somebody that's a math guru, hit me with that math right quick. 62,227.90 times 147 equals $9,147,501. I should have almost $10 million worth of Bitcoin right now that I threw away. I threw it away. Yeah. And even when Bitcoin was like 22,000 and stuff, I was sick about it. But now that it's like, it's depressing, dude. I mean, I try not to get too caught up in it because it is what it is. It was my own stupidity. But all my life, man, I've always missed that boat right there. I've always had like a Y in the road, and I would think go this way or go that way, and I always go the wrong way because I kept that old computer when the hard drive locked up on it because it got infected with malware and it killed the hard drive, and I paid a guy $400 to mine all of my data off of it, and he got all my data, and then just as soon as he returned the computer, was going to return it, he's like, is there anything else you need off here, Rav? I'm like, no, I just need those wedding photos because I was doing a wedding for some people. And I shot a wedding, and I was editing their wedding photos, and I charged $6,000 for that wedding. And so when he got me those wedding photos, I thought that's all I needed off the computer. So, and then I kept it. I moved like 2 or 3 times and drug that old Dell computer with me just for the simple fact I knew that it had that Bitcoin on there. And then when I left and closed my studio in Long Beach, it was the last thing. Let's see if I can find something. Let's use this. That old Dell was sitting in the middle of the floor in my old studio in Long Beach, just like this. It was sitting in the middle of the studio floor, and it was the only thing left in that studio. Everything else was packed up and out. And I looked at that computer, and that computer was looking at me because I'd set it in the floor thinking what I was going to do with it. And I looked at that computer, And I had the U-Haul was backed up right here and was still open, and there was a little space that I'd left to slide that old computer in there on the U-Haul truck. And as I went to pick up that Dell, I picked it up and started to put it on the U-Haul truck and went to myself, why am I being a pack rat? Why am I hauling around this old computer that's got a locked up hard drive in it just because it's got these Bitcoin on it? Bitcoin's never going to do anything. I've had Bitcoin now for years. It's never done anything. So I chunked it in the dumpster instead of putting it on the U-Haul. And I will forever be sad about that. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of the American Nomad. Thanks for hanging with me. We went 20 minutes past. I'm just kind of on a roll today, dude. Like the last couple of shows, I just wasn't feeling it. But I got to going today, and I was just enjoying the show and enjoying the feedback from you guys. So good to see you, C. I miss you. I still have your phone number. We used to talk via text, but we haven't talked in months. Are you still in New Mexico and Ruidoso? Check your DMs on Twitch. We'll do. We will do. Peace, positive vibrations, later days. Thank you, Random Nomad. Thank you, everybody. Freedom Dove, Matilda, Joe Eldorado, C, everybody else that was in here. Let's see who else was there. Lance Hale, I know he was in here. Anyway, so good to see you again, C. I haven't seen you in so long. That's going to do it for today's show. So, I'll be working on America's Got Talent on Monday. Probably won't be a show Monday, guys, but I hope to see you here on Wednesday. If you have a TikTok, follow me on TikTok, because probably most of my videos, if you don't know, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, I'm most active. I'm very anti-Facebook. I'm off Facebook right now anyway in 30-day suspension, and I have like 10 days left, but I don't do Facebook anymore. But if you do want to keep up with me, if you watch my Instagram stories, I post my photography stuff there. I post video stuff there. I kind of post what I'm doing on my Instagram stories, not on my Instagram page, just in the stories. And also on my TikTok now. So hopefully to see you guys there. And with that being said,